Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff from Full Send Collectibles, and today we will be ripping a box of one of the absolute best sets ever made. This is the first and inaugural edition of Skybox, and it's a 1990-91 season. This is a relatively small set. It's 423 cards. It was issued in a Series 1 box, which was black. Cards 1 through 300 were in there. And then Series 2, where they swapped out about 123 cards from the Series 1 box and put in a lot of really cool cards like team logos, your various rookies for the year, um, and your coaches. Now, both sets have access to the money card in there. That's the Michael Jordan card number 41, real sweet and iconic card where he's playing golf on the back. Um, at the moment, it's June 2024. Both the Series 1 and the Series 2 boxes cost somewhere between $40 and $50. Usually you can get them pretty much all day for $50 on eBay. Um, we are going to open the Series 2 box today. I think the Series 2 box is a little bit better, and it's at the same price because you get access to these really, really sweet team logo cards, including that Bulls card, which if it comes out in a PSA 10 is worth somewhere between 75 and $100. You've also got your draft classes. Now these base cards are in the Series 1, but you also have guys like Derek Coleman, Gary Payton in the really cool NBA draft format of the card. And then, of course, you got all your base cards. Dennis Rodman is really sweet, boxing out Larry Bird there. You got your Larry Bird, your Scottie Pippen, and again, just some really cool team logo checklists. Lakers there. And one of my personal favorites, the Denver Nuggets, just looking super, super sweet. So as it's a relatively small set, obviously like all junk wax era boxes, these are printed in ton of boxes out there. So obviously from a supply and demand standpoint, it's pretty easy to get these boxes. But interestingly, um, when you get your PSA 10 Jordan, which is going right now from somewhere around $250. Again, that Bulls checklist, believe it or not, is like $75 to $100 in a PSA 10. It wouldn't be unreasonable to open this for absolute fun and then actually 10x your money. Your odds of hitting a Jordan in the box are about 100%. Your odds of hitting two are approaching, two, or close to hitting two per box. First box I opened two. Second box, I opened one. And in fact, the two I opened in the first box were centered really, really well. Their edges and corners are really sweet. There's not a lot to worry about on these cards. They're real clean. They're nicely centered. You can get a little bit of like a white nick on the corner sometimes, but I mean, on a $50 box, I might 10x my money on that. They come back and they're $500 potentially. So, um, it's certainly possible. This is a set that I also bindered up. So just very sweet and iconic cards. Again, you can get these Z folios. This one holds 480 cards. And so the set fits in there real comfortably. And one of the cool things about this set is that they're numbered in order by team, which I think is awesome. A lot of sets, they just have the players inserted randomly. Not this set here. Everybody is on, you start with the Hawks, you move into the Celtics, move into the Hornets. On by page three, basically, you are on the Bulls. Very cool. You've got your Jordan there, your Pippen, all the championship players. And then, of course, you move past, once you get into the 300s, that's where your Series 1 ends, your checklist here. And then you go right into Danny Ferry as card 300. And then you get into your coaches, your logos, and your rookies. I had these, it's actually where I pulled the Coleman and the Gary Payton out of, and then like your trades and other rookie cards. Also Drazen Petrovic in the set, RIP, had a really exciting and great career for a few years and then tragically died in a car accident. But I opened three Petrovics in one box actually. That in a 10 can vary pretty widely depending on what's on the market, but I've seen it go for $100 and I've seen it go for like anywhere from like 50 to $100. So this is one of those boxes where, like I say in all my videos, you're buying 40 or $50 boxes to rip them for fun and rip them for nostalgia. But like honestly, if you, yeah, I don't even think you have to get that lucky. You just catch a run of centered cards here and a box is in good condition. Um, like you could literally 10x your money if you really wanted to grind and open a bunch of these boxes. And if you want to do that, fantastic. Limit the supply, get the demand up, turn all my $50 boxes into $55 boxes. That'd be awfully cool of you to do. Um, so you can see if you're buying these boxes on eBay or wherever, they are factory sealed. So you get to unwrap the cello. And then inside you have these really nice factory sealed cello packs. They are not see-through at all. So you can't tamper with them. You can't search them. None of that bullshit. Um, the Series 2 actually, when you feel the packs, grab a box of Series 1, grab a box of Series 2. The packs are so smooth, they're so beautiful. These ones almost feel like velvety in your hand. You know, a thousand years down the road, when somebody's holding the last ever Skybox Series 1 or Series 2 pack, they're gonna be like, man, this is fucking sweet. This is just a beautiful thing. So let's get right into ripping. Hopefully, we're looking for predominantly Michael Jordans and hopefully for the cards to be nice and centered and clean. If you're watching a number of my other videos, you kind of see it's really easy to see when cards, you get one player in a card and then the packs are really predictable. I don't find that to be the case in the Skybox. They seem to be randomized pretty good, which is kind of um, a little more, man, that's a tight one. A little more fun. You can get any card in any pack, really. You don't open, this Jack schema and you're going to get whatever Steve Johnson in the same pack. So, of course, these are, some of the most iconic cards you can um, open. They were just, I would say, just borderline legendary when Skybox came out with this set. They were unlike anything else on the market. There's an Alvin Robertson. And I think just in many ways just changed the game in terms of look and feel of card. My good friend has a Kyrie Irving poster of in the old Skybox style on his wall. Just that this set, this cards, these will never die. Clyde Drexler, Glenn Rice, couple of coaches, Chuck Daly. We have Bill Laimbeer in this pack. Danny Ferry, that's the rookie if you're into him. Fat Lever, Manute Bull, got Chuck Daly and Stu Jackson in the coaching. Cards appear to be pretty nicely centered, nice sharp edges. I don't think this box was dropped on its head all that many times. Reggie Miller's looking good. That's only my second Reggie in 3 boxes. It's a real sweet card. Jerry Sloan, coach. Now, if you're Jordan hunting, it's really irrelevant to open box Series 1 versus Series 2. To fit the extra 100 and what was it, 123 cards or whatever. They pulled out 123 cards from the Series 1. There's Rex Chapman, Golden State, Mark Jackson, and there's Willie Burton. And so Orlando Magic, so sweet. Kevin McHale, Kevin Johnson, and Isaiah Thomas with a nice finger roll. And so they pulled out 123 cards, and so your odds of getting the Jordan are the same in Series 1 and Series 2. So if you're worried about that, that's fine. The Series 1 cards that they pulled out for Series 2, there's really none that you're going to miss if you look at the set list. Now, technically, that does make those Series 1 cards a little bit shorter on the print run, but obviously, as it's junk wax, ooh, that pulls. Unfortunately, that's off center, but that's a nice pull. But again, like anything in junk wax, it's not technically a short print run. It's Kevin Scott, Dennis Scott rookie. They are produced through the roof. There's a Patrick Ewing. Ronnie Cycli, my boy from Q's. Phil Jackson, that's a nice one. Last one I got was had a print line and was pretty off center, but that's a pretty sweet card right there. Gotta like Phil. J.R. Reed and the Spurs. So that's why I like the Series 2 marginally better is the Series 1 boxes, you're in there hunting for Jordans um, pretty much exclusively and like who, whatever other players that you want. In this set, because, I like to open these with my kids too. They love when they see any sort of insert. So the team logos, the draft picks look real good and those are real sweet. And so if you're into opening boxes with your kids, there's a small in clearly go for the series two, especially given that they're the same price. Just open the Dominique Williams. These are kind of cool too. Like when you look at the fronts and backs, you obviously have your amazing and iconic front. On the back, you get some, it changes it up a little bit. So they always put their nicknames on the back. So it says Neek on the back for Dominique Williams, or Wilkins rather. You saw the Michael Jordan, he's golfing on the back. You got Bill Lambier fishing on the back of his card. So there's a lot of incentive as you're going through this. Obviously, I'm ripping right through them, but to look at the front of the back card of the cards, you never know if you're going to get, Steve Kerr on Cleveland playing basketball, or Bill Lambier with a fishing pole in his hand. There's Chris Jackson, rookie. All right, so we're almost through the first nine. No Jordans yet. Obviously, I'm hoping to open, closer to two than zero, and hoping that I get one that I can submit to PSA, who extended their sale to the middle of the month and is grading bulk cards for $15.99. Terry, it's the Cummings. There's Karl Malone, Derek Harper. Most of these are individual shots, which is pretty cool. Again, there's a few players. There's Dale Ellis with someone in his face. You've got AC Green with someone in his face. You got Manute Bull, can barely fit the top half of him on the card. You got Dennis Rodman boxing out Larry Bird. That's about a $50 card in a 10-2. Really cool card. Reggie Miller on the reverse layup is a sweet one. Karl Malone right at the hoop. So it's kind of cool just seeing the players by themselves. Not a lot of distraction on the card. Jerry Sloan, coach. Mavs. Felton Spencer, rookie. Kevin McHale. Kevin Johnson. John Sally, another Isaiah Thomas. It's a really cool card. Brad Doherty, perennial all-star. Coach, Ronnie Cycli again. Phil Jackson again. J.R. Reed, San Antonio Spurs. Sean Kemp, that's a real cool one. Now, most of the cards I've seen from this era, you got him just an amazing dunk. This one somehow shooting a jump shot over, I think it's James Worthy. Um, yeah, pretty cool card. Sean Kemp, not in the Hall of Fame. There's Sam Bowie. Sherman Douglas. Cuse. Danny Manning. Nice card there. Um, but, Sean Kemp not in the Hall of Fame, but one of the most exciting players of the time. Seattle Supersonics, which the logo, by the way, when you pull it out of here is a real sweet one. Probably one of my top fives. There's a Chris Mullen. Jerome Richardson, aka on the back, Pooh. Reggie Lewis looking good. Don Chaney, Tim Hardaway, Neek again. So you can see we've hit a few doubles and I think some triples already here. So, the Michael Jordan doesn't get printed in any more rarity than any of these other ones, or the others don't get printed in more common. So as you can see, you could easily open a box with three Jordans in it. Seeing triples. Hopefully we don't open a box with zero Jordans. Hornets, love those guys. Right before they drafted Larry Johnson and Alonzo Mourning. There's a Chris Jackson rookie. LA. Mike Dunleavy. Had totally forgotten he was a coach actually. There's Magic Johnson. Nice pull. That's a real sweet card of Magic on the back. Just a just a really happy man right there. Looking good. All right, we've got 3 packs to go and we're through half of a box. We got the T-Wolves. They had a good run this year. They're fun to watch. Karl Malone again. Utah Jazz. Anthony Webb. I just love that. Like, no one's ever heard him called Anthony Webb. Of course, it says Spud on the back, but just another fun thing about this set. All right. 2 more packs left. There's Avery Johnson, Rod Strickland. Boston Celtics logo is pretty cool. Ron Harper on the Clippers. Horace Grant. Denver Nuggets logo. Lionel Simmons. I'm setting these in different piles pretty much for no rhyme or reason. I'll go back in some of these and put them in my dollar box or, a quarter box or whatever. Sort them up. As I said, I already collected a set. I opened 2 boxes and I was 3 cards short of the set. All three of them, incidentally, as I was mentioning, short print runs came out of the first set. There's Cliff Robinson, Cavs. But there's Kendall Gill rookie. That's a cool one. But since I think the Series 2 is a cooler open and I'd rather do that on video, I figured I would just rip Series 2 versus completing the whole set. Interestingly, when you want to go complete a set with a single card, they all cost $1, even if they're, pure dog shit. There's Robert Parrish. Trailblazers is a pretty sweet logo. There's Dan Marley, Hall of Fame. Tyrone Bogues, Joe Dumars. Hmm. I know these are tamper resistant, but no Jordans. Was this box searched? Byron Scott, J.R. Reed. There's the Spurs. Sean Kemp, Sam Bowie, Sherman Douglas, Danny Manning. Del Curry, Charles Oakley, a beast of a man. Bo Kimball, a rookie. New York Knicks. Stu Jackson. Clyde Drexler, Glenn Rice. Bill Lambier, there he is with his fishing pole and his trolling motor. Looks like on his bass boat. Very sweet. Denny Ferry. Clyde Drexler's card looks more like he slipped and fell. Maybe that's why I wasn't a big fan. Larry Nance, Stacey King. There's Scottie Pippen. Always a good pull. Gotta love Scotty. Reggie Miller. Always looking good. Rex Chapman, Golden State logo, Mark Jackson, Willie Burton rookie, Orlando Magic, John Paxson. All right, two more packs in the third block of 9, and then we have one more block of 9 to go. Obviously, 36 packs, 15 cards per pack is what we're pulling. Kurt Rambis. I just like every Kurt Rambis card, even if you don't know who Kurt Rambis is or have ever seen him play basketball, I swear to God, every time you pull a Kurt Rambis, it is fucking sweet. He is a bad motherfucker. Dennis Scott rookie, Miami Heat logo, Mark Price, Patrick Ewing. Someday I'll move on from early 90s basketball, but I really am enjoying opening these boxes. If this is the first video you've seen, check out a couple of the Upper Deck videos I've done. We opened 89 hoops. There's Moses Malone. Sixers. I'll save that one for Lapine. And this is like of those boxes, this is probably the most affordable box. You can't get much these days for 40 or 50 bucks. And the fact that we're not pulling any Jordans here might deter you, but still, this is a really fun open. There's Drazen Petrovic, Atlanta Hawks. There's Glenn Rivers, signed Doc on the back. Drazen Petrovic, interestingly, on this first year, NBA career average points 7.6. By the time he passed away after playing in the playoffs with the Nets, he had a 41-point game, I believe, with the Nets in the playoffs and was averaging in the 20s. Mitch Richmond, Jerome Kersey, Vlade, his teammate, well, from the motherland, of course, not in the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon. Wonder what that says on the back. Hakeem. Don't know when he actually added the H. I feel like in the 91 Upper Deck, there was an H on that. Scott Skiles, Cliff Robinson, Cavs logo. All right, so we are definitely long logos here, which is cool. I mean, I don't mind having a couple of sets of the logos. There's a Gary Payton rookie. Awesome card. I don't know what this is worth graded. It's probably worth like $40 or so in it, obviously in a 10. I'm not, there's a Larry Bird, not sending in Gary Paytman's. There's the Rodman with Bird on his hip. But that Payton is a really awesome card. There's Robert Parrish, Dan Marley again, Sean Elliott, Dennis Hobson. I heard they recently added more Hobsons to these packs. Been opening them for years. Vern Fleming, Nets, Tom Chambers, David Robinson. There's the Admiral. It's a good card. Real cool card. John Stockton. Now we're hitting 4 more packs. No Michael Jordan. And like I said, I have a bunch of Jordans sitting there, so they are in the boxes. Derek Coleman. Love him. #1 overall draft pick. Pacers. Charles Barkley. There he is. Michael. MJ. We've got one. We've got one. Nice. All right. So they are in here. Interestingly, Charles Oakley's sons. Interestingly, and my understanding is they swapped out the cards from Series 1, which obviously is not the Michael Jordan. So my understanding is you have an equal chance of getting a Jordan in Series 2 as Series 1. But in my major sample size of opening one whole Series 1 box and two whole Series 2 boxes, I did happen to hit 2 Jordans in the Series 1. But this will be my second box, assuming there's not a Jordan in these 2 packs, where I only open 1 Jordan in the Series 2. So do with that information what you wish. And go forward and find Michael Jordans. Kendall Gill, cool rookie. Hodges, never know, man. You can get back-to-back Jordans. Scottie Pippen, there's the Supersonics, just a sweet ass logo right there. Last pack. Unfortunately, this Jordan we won't be sending into PSA because it does have a nicked up corner. Even if I can get a 9 on this Jordan, I would send it in. Because the 9s are worth, I mean, it's just an amazing card. The 9s are worth like somewhere between $40 and $50 last I checked, because it's such a sweet card. So, I mean, that with a dinged up corner is probably like a 6 or a 7, unfortunately. So I'm not sending that in. Um, but it is what it is. So, last pack, nothing crazy in the last pack. So we pulled a couple of Pippins. We pulled the Jordan, which is your chase card. We've got the Gary Payton rookie, the Derek Coleman rookie. We've got the Rodman. We've got the Bird. We've got a couple of Pippins. Got all the logos in here, including the Bulls, which I'll have to evaluate that if it's PSA 10 worthy. And you have maybe the most iconic set of cards ever printed. So at the beginning, in most of my videos, I say, if you want to make money on opening these boxes, don't do it. Get a job. Um, I happened to open two mint Jordans in the first box I opened, which could conceivably be worth like $500 out of a $50 box. This one, not so much. But again, just for 40, 50 bucks, one of the most fun things you can do is ripping the inaugural box of 9091 Skybox. So go search them out on eBay, go grab a box. You don't have to worry that they're fucked with. They're all factory sealed, um, foil packs, really cool box. So thanks for watching. If you like these videos, check the rest of them out. Also check out my cards on Instagram. We're at Full Send Collectibles. And if there's any box ripping that you want to see, any special requests you have, just let me know. I'll pull out a box from storage and we will rip. In the meantime, thanks again for watching. Have an awesome day.